Singapore, a melting pot of cultures, flavors, and some of the best food in the world. But with its reputation as one of the most expensive cities, is it possible to eat well on a budget? The answer? Absolutely. In fact, if you do it right, you might just recoup the cost of your plane ticket just by eating here instead of back home. To give you a frame of reference, this is an example of fast food lunch from Jack in the Box, a fast food chain in the US. We got 2 chicken wraps, 3 egg rolls, some curly fries, and we shared a drink for almost 18 US. Let's see how food in Singapore compares in terms of quality and value. What's our foodie goal for this trip?
All right, so my foodie goal is I want to get some food from Indonesian food, Malaysian food, Chinese food, Taiwanese food, and Indian food. All the different cultures that have shaped Singapore.
You call that a challenge? Well, it's on. We're gonna go eat all those food this week. We typically think of malls as a place to buy clothes, but in Asia, they have some of the best food courts. Our hotel was located across the street from the City Square Mall, where we would visit it on a daily basis.
There's so many different choices and so many different cultures. It's very multicultural here, especially with the food. We could just eat here every single day, and we still would not taste all they have to offer.
You don't have to go far to find budget-friendly eats. Even in a mall food court, you can grab a delicious meal cheaper than in the States. We grabbed 2 drinks for the price of what it would have cost me to get my milk tea boba with tip and taxes in the States. At this point, we were hungry after our 17-hour flight from Los Angeles that we were on the hunt for our first meal in Singapore. A budget-friendly food stop, Old Chang Kee. This iconic Singaporean snack cabin is perfect for grabbing something on the go. Their famous curry puffs are packed with flavorful fillings, and they've got skewers, spring rolls, and even deep-fried sotong sticks. All super affordable and perfect for a quick bite between exploring the city. We had just gotten off the plane a couple hours ago, and we already jumped into the whole Singaporean food experience. If you're a foodie, you really have to come to the mall. I know, it's kind of weird to say go to the mall for good food, but I just can't believe the selection here at the City Square Mall. We would later return that same day for dinner time. I love it. This is called Food Republic. It's inside the mall, but it's supposed to replicate like an outdoor food market. We're back to where we started this morning, Food Republic. Plenty of stalls here, so there's something for everyone, and they have a variety of food. Choices, choices, choices. So we can have herbal soup here, then this looks like a seafood rice soup place. Some Chinese cuisine here. That looks like Taiwanese food. Ooh, hot pot. Put all sorts of things in a hot pot. Chicken rice. I love some chicken rice. But first we're going to get some drinks at Kopi Teh. They have all sorts of drinks here. We got lime juice, water chestnut, bandung. I don't know what bandung is, and honey lemon. Oh, my husband did say earlier he wanted to try Malaysian and Indonesian food by the end of this week, so we're going to knock out both of them here at this stand. I actually don't know too much about Malaysian and Indonesian food, so this is exciting. I'm going to go ahead and do a fish set. Comes with fish and then 2 sides and a vegetable. No way! This actually got a Michelin Bib Gourmand Award. How do you like that? So my husband got the chicken set. So there's chicken, rice, egg ball. I don't know what that is exactly, and some green beans. I got the fish set. So there's the fish, an egg ball. I'm not sure what that is exactly, and some vegetables. I still can't get over how this is a Michelin Bib Gourmand. All right, and then there's our lime juice. So there you have it. We knocked out Indonesian and Malaysian food off the list. What do you think of the food?
Amazing. I can't believe you can get this at a street stall.
Yeah, a street stall in the mall. Actually, the basement of a mall. What do I think of the food? Well, you tell me. Cleaned most of my plate. Well, just the fish bones. It was delicious. We ate one more time that week at the City Square Mall at a quick service stand called Eat. Guess there's only one thing to do. I can't believe we got a laksa, pork lor mee, an extra serving of fried bean cake, 2 honey tea drinks, and 2 coffees for just under 18 US. This is way more food than what I had featured from Jack in the Box at the beginning of this vlog. We're going to change plates here and move on to hawkers. There we go, Newton Food Centre, B. How convenient that the Newton Food Centre is its own MRT stop and a short bridge walk away. Not a bad idea, washing our hands for eating because we were in the public transport. What's so special about Newton Food Centre? Well, there's something unique to Singapore. It's something called hawker, which is basically like a food court that's filled with a bunch of stalls. This is one of the many in Singapore, and it's famous. We got here around 1:40, so it's kind of an odd time for lunch. I bet you this area gets really crowded around dinner time. So far, it looks pretty cool, even though not all the stalls are open for lunch. So let's walk around and take a look. We got a dumpling place over there. Okay, pizza, it's closed, so it's a seafood. But hey, you can get Thai food, Indian food, drinks, barbecue, chicken, maybe duck, more seafood. Prawn noodle, that sounds interesting. More Thai food, more Indian food, beer garden. That doesn't look like beer, but okay. So as you can see, you get the point here. There's a lot of different foods, cuisines. The choices are endless, and there would be even more if all the stalls were open, but we're here for lunch. Seem to have lost Jason. I think he went around looking to see what he wanted. There he is. Yeah, don't forget to check outside outside the perimeter. There seems to be more stalls. Man, this is hard. This is even harder than taking a multiple choice test. So many choices, and not all the stalls are open. Could you imagine coming here in the evening? I would probably spend the entire evening walking around. Okay, after much deliberation, it looks like we'll settle for this place. Newton handmade fishball and dumpling noodle. The thing about these stalls is that the vendors have spent years perfecting their recipes. What may seem simple have a lot of complex flavors. The cost of these 2 fish dumpling soups came out to be under $12 US. You can't find that price in the States. Pho used to be cheap, but not anymore. This looks good, and there's toppings and utensils. Some more toppings over here. Okay, I'm not sure what this is, but sure, I'll give it a try. When in Singapore, right? Meanwhile, Jason got us blueberry longan juice. I guess one advantage of coming here during lunchtime when not all the stalls are open is that we were able to find seats easily. We didn't have to keep walking around to find an empty table.
And we got our food quickly.
I don't know what's going on with all of these eateries, but there seems to be a lack of napkins. It's gotten so bad that we actually had to go out and get napkins yesterday at the store. Maybe it's a uniquely American thing to have stacks of napkins at the table. What do you think of the soup?
Good.
The simple broth was full of depth, and the noodles were pleasantly chewy. The fish dumplings were packed with flavor. I can't believe I got this high-quality food at a hawker. At these hawkers, don't forget to bust your trays after your meal. Tekka Centre is where you go when you want bold flavors and hearty portions. Located in the heart of Little India, this hawker center is famous for its authentic Indian cuisine. Think biryanis piled high, freshly made dosas, and rich flavorful curries. If you're craving spice and a true taste of Singaporeans' Indian heritage, this is the spot to hit. The Tekka Centre, at least here on the first floor, it's a hawker. Remember what a hawker is? It's an area where there's a bunch of food stalls. Still a little early for dinner, but we can take a look around. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough. It's unfortunate that we weren't hungry at that moment. Otherwise, I bet you can get some delicious Indian food. We ended up getting Indian food elsewhere, as featured a bit later in this vlog. What an afternoon and evening we've had so far. We went to Kampong Glam, the Malaysian neighborhood, and then Little India, and we're here in Chinatown. All this walking around and exploration has made me hungry, and so we're going to end our day at this hawker. Just a reminder, a hawker is a food hall with lots of stalls. Maxwell Food Centre is a must-visit for one dish in particular, Hainanese chicken rice. Well, this is nice. It's not super crowded, so let's do a walkthrough. All right, we got fish soup, beverages, Hainanese chicken, which is a popular dish here in Singapore. Oh, boneless chicken. Great, so don't have to worry about choking on a chicken bone. Ooh, a juice place. I can definitely go for a juice. More fish. Soy. Okay, I haven't seen a soy drink stall yet. Doesn't seem to be a shortage. Maybe we'll get it here. There's a long line, so when there's a long line, that means that the place got to be pretty good. But we'll keep walking around and taking a tour here of Maxwell. Okay, so there's another Hainanese chicken place, Baguette Kung Viet. So that's Vietnamese. Okay, here's the other aisle to Maxwell, so more food choices. Another Hainanese chicken rice place. So even though I'm not going to have Tian tonight, looks like I have other options. Look at that. Jason's actually been standing in line at this Hainanese chicken rice place while I was walking around. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and check out Uncle Louie's famous chicken rice at Hainanese chicken rice stall. One more thing, this place is cash only, so make sure you have cash. Hainanese chicken rice isn't just a meal, it's an experience. It's one of Singapore's most iconic dishes, and what makes it special is its simplicity done to perfection. The chicken is poached until silky and tender, the rice is cooked in a rich aromatic broth, and the trio of sauces, chili, ginger, and dark soy, take it to another level. Finally got it. My Hainanese chicken rice. Love this stuff. So there is a place in Redondo Beach near where I live that serves it, but coming here to Singapore, I definitely had to have it. I know it doesn't look like very much because at the end of the day, it is steamed chicken, but it's just the way it's flavored. It's a good mixture of ginger and garlic. The chicken is tender, and then you have to have the ginger rice. You also have to have the broth that goes with it. So while this looks like a simple meal, the flavor is actually pretty complex. I gotta thank the book Crazy Rich Asians. Yes, I read the book before I saw the movie because that's how I learned about Hainanese chicken rice. So in the novel, Nick and Rachel, that was one of the first things that they ate coming off the plane from America. Oh man, that line over there. So how did you know to stand in line? So I was going to signal you to go stand in line.
Okay, pro tip. If you ever see a long line and you're in a foreign country, the place is probably pretty good.
I'll be the judge of that. So here's the chicken. Oh. Wow. Okay, that is way more flavorful than the one that I usually get back at home. I can taste the sesame oil. It's tender. You can taste the ginger in it. We have ourselves a winner. Adding to our collection of hawkers, this is the Lau Pa Sat hawker. This one is interesting because it's located in the CBD, Central Business District. The three other hawkers that we had checked out, they were in other parts of the city, not in the CBD. Wow, so this has been a market since, I guess, 1879? Lau Pa Sat isn't just a hawker center. It's a vibe. By day, it's a historic food hall in the middle of the business district, but at night, the real magic happens when Satay Street comes alive. Okay, upon first impression, this seems to be the most posh hawker that we visited so far. Way more posh than, let's say, like Newton and Maxwell. You can get some dim sum late at night. It's like 9 o'clock right now, 9 p.m. You can get chicken rice here like you can at Maxwell. Yes, lots of stalls here, or lots of establishments. I'm not even sure if I can even call it a stall because it's not really in a stall. But at least you can appreciate the architecture of the building. It's very Victorian. At least that's what it looks like to me. It reminds me of being in the UK. Now, the more important question is, where are we eating? But one thing I can appreciate is that unlike Maxwell, yesterday it seemed like Because we were there a little later in the evening, some of the stalls started to close, but right now it is 9:12 p.m. and this place is just barely like getting like started with dinner time. I still see a few more empty tables, but no, it's actually pretty full.
Let's go explore the famous satay street.
They call this Satay Street, and it's aptly named. All right, this by far has to be the biggest hawker that we checked out all week because it goes outside. So one thing we haven't tried here, I know because we tried a lot of food here, is satay. Yes, we haven't had satay all week, so let's go for it here on Satay Street at Lau Pa Sat. Along Satay Street, there's a lot of different vendors. Just walk. There's people handing out menus, some prawns, shrimp, some sort of meat. It's all on a stick. It's getting seasoned. That looks like chicken. That's how it works is they give us this buzzer. We already put in our order. Wow, this is just the first tray. They haven't finished cooking the mutton yet. This was a deal for 2 people. We have 15 sticks of chicken, 5 sticks of mutton, and 4 of squid, and 6 of prawns, or something like that. I forget how it all works out. But this is plenty of food for 2 people. Cheers!
When food is affordable, you have room in your wallet for dessert.
I saw this and I have to do it. I have to get a chendol. We have a dessert like this in Vietnamese, and it's actually one of my favorite Vietnamese desserts. They have all sorts of plant-based desserts, so chendol, black glutinous rice dessert, mango mousse, and durian. Yes, durian. Here we go, a chendol with a durian on top. There's a red bean. Not really sure what that is in the middle. Maybe some sort of like rice coconut pudding of some sort. It's a little bit different from the Vietnamese version because in the Vietnamese version you have the chendol with a coconut milk soup. Here we go. Durian. It's definitely an acquired taste. Every time I've eaten as an adult, I've grown to tolerate it a little bit more. But I'm going to protect Jason here by eating all the durian. That was a deal here with getting this dessert.
Surprisingly, this was cheaper than our usual frozen yogurt order at Pinkberry in the States. We usually split a medium cup with 3 toppings, and with tip and taxes, it comes out to about $8. But you can't get durian at Pinkberry, so this is quite a bonus. I've heard of restaurants open for 24 hours, but never for 23 hours. I almost want to know what time they shut down for an hour. With a large Tamil Indian population in Singapore, you definitely have to check out the Indian food. Let's have Indian food for breakfast. Instead of your usual eggs and toast, how about crispy roti prata or a steaming hot dosa with fresh chutneys? We started our mornings at 2 different Indian food stalls, and let me tell you, this was a game changer. Now, you may think that starting the day with a chicken tikka masala or curry is heavy, but I had a life-changing experience with ordering a couple of pratas. We definitely got more food than what I would have gotten at Starbucks for breakfast, which would have came out to $12 for a grande caramel macchiato and a bacon Gouda egg sandwich. Prata is one of the best breakfast foods in Singapore. Crispy on the outside, soft and flaky inside, and perfect for dipping in a rich, flavorful curry. When you go classic with plain prata or level up with egg, cheese, or even sweet variations, it's a delicious and affordable way to start the day. And honestly, who wouldn't want to eat a crispy, buttery flatbread for breakfast? Here we had gotten the egg prata. We also got the lychee prata, which had real lychee in it. It worked, and I can't explain why this sweet fruit filling does the trick. Because it's Indian food, we got ourselves a quarter serving of tandoori chicken with mint chutney. I was going to have chicken at an Indian restaurant one way or another. Can't get that at Starbucks for breakfast or any other time for that matter.
Choices for breakfast here in Singapore. But there was one thing I wanted to try before leaving. Let's take a look at the menu. So they have the traditional toast, but I wanted to get the kaya toast. Oh, you can even upgrade. Of course, there's drinks, and this is interesting. You can get all sorts of fusion dishes here. You can get Hainanese pork chop rice set. I'm used to Hainanese chicken rice. You can have curried rice, and then this is what caught my eye as well, which is curry chicken with prata. And as you can see from the earlier clips, we've had prata, so it's like an Indian, Singaporean blend there. Yes, this is what I was looking for, kaya toast, but they have a kaya thick toast for 20 more cents. Let's go for that upgrade.
Toastbox is a popular cafe chain in Singapore, known for serving up traditional local breakfast favorites. And the star of the show? Kaya toast. This simple yet iconic dish features crispy, thin toast slathered with kaya, a rich coconut egg jam, plus a thick slice of butter that melts right into it. Pair it with soft-boiled eggs and a cup of coffee. You've got a sweet, savory, and utterly satisfying way to start the day.
We ordered the breakfast set, so we're waiting for our kaya toast to come out. In the meantime, take a look. We have 2 coffees because that was included in the set. We had a separate order of curry puffs. And look at this, we got eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Now at the time of filming, eggs in the US are expensive. And when I say expensive, I'm talking about a dozen is like, goes for 10 US. So we have 4 eggs here. You do the math. The cost of our breakfast came out to be about 14 US. Here is the kaya toast, at least the toast box version of the kaya toast. Looks a little different from the pictures I've seen, but basically what it is, it's a piece of bread, kaya, which is a coconut jam, and then a slab of butter. And then Jason here got some sort of toast sandwich, but he got like a egg and ham one. So there you go, a Singaporean breakfast.
Oh, it's soft boiled.
It's soft boiled.
I wasn't expecting that. So how are you?
Maybe I'm an uncultured swine, but I've never had soft-boiled eggs, which is why I had assumed they were hard-boiled. This is why we travel to experience new things, and this was my first time eating soft-boiled eggs. It was perfect for dipping pieces of my kaya toast in. If you want to experience Singapore's Malaysian and Middle Eastern influences, Kampong Glam is the place to be. We stopped at Kampong Glam Cafe for some comforting local dishes. They were so local that I was overwhelmed by the choices.
Always trying to go for the authentic culinary experience.
We were in time for the buffet, and just like our first night eating at Food Republic, we randomly picked out dishes that looked appetizing. I'm not sure what I got, but that's the fun of trying something new. This, by far, was the most expensive breakfast we had in Singapore, with 2 plates and 2 drinks coming in at around 20 US. Still a bargain considering the large portions at a real sit-down restaurant and not at a hawker or a quick-service restaurant. Even if you tried to get breakfast for 2 at McDonald's nowadays, it would cost you close to 20, but the food would be nowhere as good. Going along with the Middle Eastern theme, we then indulge in a knafeh at Sultan Turkish Restaurant because dessert is non-negotiable. I had a craving for knafeh after exploring Kampong Glam earlier in the week. We ordered a pot of apple tea to go with our knafeh.
This is actually a good apple tea. I don't know how to describe it. It's not apple juice. It's not apple cider. You could definitely taste the hint of apples in there.
This was one of the more expensive meals we had in Singapore, since it was just tea and dessert, but I think it was worth the price considering it's a specialty item. What is knafeh? This Middle Eastern dessert is a masterpiece. Crispy golden pastry soaked in syrup with a melty cheese filling that's both rich and slightly savory. Topped with crushed pistachios, it's the kind of dessert that keeps you coming back for just one more bite. Our order came with a scoop of sheep milk ice cream, which added a creamy complement to the knafeh. In the heart of Kampong Glam, it's a delicious way to experience Singapore's diverse food scene. At the end of the day, Singapore proves that eating well doesn't have to break the bank. Whether you're at a hawker center, a food court, or a sit-down restaurant, delicious and affordable meals are everywhere. So if you're a foodie, Singapore isn't just a must visit. It might be just the best travel investment you make. If you're hungry for more adventures, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel.